the middle. Wilson breaks the tackle of Gano, and Wilson off to the races. All the way down the sideline, it's a touchdown.
The beginning for Cincinnati.
I'm Chase Crump from WFA, partner financial guide for WFA. We're an independent, locally owned practice that helps people make good decisions with money. 18 years in the business. Joined today with Brandon, 7-year veteran of the Cincinnati Bengals and the Indianapolis Colts, University of Houston. Right? I think you have a few records on the. What's the record you hold?
One of the kickoff return records.
Longest play?
Yep.
Longest play in Bengals history.
Yep.
It's cool. Super Bowl. He was on the Super Bowl team for the Bengals the year, Burrow and everybody. So that had to be a cool experience.
It was.
Brandon's in the middle of a journey. He's retired from the NFL. Has been interested in investing in finance for a few years.
Few years, yeah.
You probably had to start on your own, like when you were playing, making investment decisions. Was that your first experience with money, like stocks and bonds?
Yeah.
Stuff like that?
Yeah, it was. So I didn't really get an advisor till like my 4th year in the league.
Okay.
And that's probably when I started, learning more about it. Got my money. I guess whenever I got drafted, they really just give it to you. And then the next thing you know, you're like, what do I do? What do I do with this money? And, those first 4 years, I kind of just saved up. Then I had a vet come talk to me. I think his name was Vinny Ray. And he, spoke to me about like what I was doing with my money. He just kind of encouraged me to get an advisor, and I ended up getting one. And that's when I kind of started learning more about money and started learning about investing.
What was, I don't know, like what did you find challenging about it, or maybe did you find any of it like intimidating, or feel it came natural to you? Or were you nervous about making those bigger decisions?
Yeah, so
It
was at first. Once I started getting into it, it kind of like, it just kind of went away, really.
Right? Isn't that cool that investing is that, it's a language.
Mm-hmm.
The stock market, the capital markets, it's a language. You spend a little time in it. Any of us can learn that language.
Yeah.
But it's very powerful, right?
Yeah.
I think that you making good decisions with your money through your playing career and now has allowed you to carve your paths for your second career.
Yeah. I would say once you understand it more and get knowledge on it, that's when you kind of like just really come up with a plan and you kind of know what you want to do moving forward. So.
Right, which is what me and you've been working on, right? Like now you're at this point, what's the plan moving forward? I would think as a player too, hopefully your advisors that you worked with were helping you do that.
Yeah.
How much you're spending, Brandon, how much do you need to save? What does life maybe look like once you retire? Yeah. I think that plays into the statistics, right? Because everybody thinks they'll have a very long playing career, right? Mm-hmm. But then you never know what can happen.
Yeah.
Like for you, life changes.
Just like that.
In a heartbeat, if you're not prepared for it. It could be not as favorable outcome.
Yeah.
I'm glad you landed on your feet. I feel like you have, especially with us.
Yeah.
Looking back,
yeah.
What would you do differently, or what would you tell yourself maybe as a rookie, as it goes maybe your career or money or investing?
I would start early. I mean, I wish I would have started when I first got my check, That's what I really would tell myself, is just start early, just come up with a plan, just because it don't last long. And you think it'll last long. I wanted to play for 10 years. I ended up doing 7. But just, starting early, coming up with a plan, just in case something like that happens, you can be able to adjust and move forward.
Right. Yeah, planning is so important.
Yeah.
So you transition away from football, and you're in the middle of it, has to be a major transition, right? Because you wanted to keep playing, but then at the same time, opportunities were coming up for you to, have a second career. So most people don't retire at 27 or 28?
30.
30. I don't know why I thought you were younger. Most people don't retire at 30, but you're doing that and you're learning a whole nother field. So take me through the thought process of, okay, I decided I'm gonna retire. Financial services, this seems very interesting. How did you come to this point that you knew you wanted to be a financial advisor?
I would say it was a hard transition. Transitions, they're tough, especially just transitioning from football to what I'm doing now. And it was tough. It was real tough. Just trying to find what I wanted to do after. I kind of had in mind what I wanted to do. feel like a little bit, but just letting the other part of it go as far as like football and just moving forward, that part was tough. I would say what probably got me into it is just you and Danny, just knowing you guys and being around you guys, and just you guys just introducing me and just showing me some of the stuff that you guys were doing during that transition time. It was really perfect timing, honestly. Just you guys stepping in and just being right there. I feel like that was like it's like a sign just telling me it's probably what I need to do next. And just really just going into it to just help players and just serve players really, and just get them the knowledge that I know, some of the mistakes that I made, and just help them out. I feel like that's probably the biggest thing, is just them learning and getting knowledge, like I said. And I feel like I can help with that, just giving them that knowledge, giving them understanding, and just helping them, come up with a plan and move forward just in case something like that happens. Because it will happen. Transitions happen. It's gonna happen no matter if they play 10 years, 12 years, 3 years, it don't matter. They all gonna have to transition out of that career field, sooner or later. So
Right, whether you get hurt or not.
yeah.
And then you probably, to your first point on the earlier you could get to them, kind of like the work we're doing with high school and college athletes.
Yeah.
The earlier we can get them making good financial decisions, the better foundation that they'll be able to move on to the second phase of life, right?
Yeah.
Because we know they can't play forever.
Yeah.
Although, probably wish you could, but, we know that's not realistic.
Yeah, I would say too, like just for the, college and high school players now, they're having to learn earlier than I did,
Right.
because I didn't learn about it really till, I would say, my fourth season in the NFL. That's when I got advised to really just learn about how to invest in it. But now they can learn at an earlier age, so whenever they do get to college, whenever they do get to the NFL, they could be better prepared moving forward, so.
As not an NFL player, I feel you need every ounce of your being, your mental capacity, physical capacity to stay on the field, healthy, playing, competing at the highest level in sports, right? So the more you can take off your plate, worry, doubt that could creep into you when you step on the field or in practice, just day to day, eliminate as much as you can, but you can't eliminate it to people that you don't trust or have a relationship with. So like we're saying, it's important to establish that relationship early and help make good decisions early.
Yeah.
Just increases the probability that you're gonna do well.
Yeah, because you don't want to be out there on the field worried about money, worried about who knows what. I mean, I feel like sometimes people just see athletes and don't think they have other stuff they have to worry about, like with life, with just family, with just all of the stuff. I just feel like some people just don't understand that we're also human too. We got lives that we got to live and the stuff that we got to do too. And I just feel like just not having to worry about anything when you're on that field and just playing to your full capacity, it could for sure help a lot.
Which makes it even more important to have a plan, right? I feel like if you knew you were okay no matter what happens on the field and then something happens, yeah, that's probably terrible. But you know that you've had a plan, you've been working, you've been planning for, not playing forever, right? Which is why you need an advisor, financial team around you. I feel like athletes don't get a fair shake. They're on TV, they're in the spotlight. Nobody sees all the work that goes behind the training, the study time, the practice, right? No, people don't see that.
Yeah.
They just think you get paid a lot of money to do something fun.
Work.
Kind of take us into that. Like, what is like a locker room, right? Like, what's that vibe? What is like training camp like? What's like talk us about the life of a professional football player, and just give us an idea of what that's like day to day, year to year, if you can.
Man, training camp, that's probably like the hardest time of the year. Just
Making the team.
just trying to make the team. Being at the facility almost all day long.
Where I was about to say, what time from sun up to sundown?
Basically, it can be hard. It can be stressful for sure. I would say just staying in the playbook and just studying hard and putting the work in. That's really what it comes to at the end of the day. Just you putting in the work just to get the results that you want.
Right, because even if you don't, there's another guy right behind you that's willing to take that spot. So you know that there's pressure on you every day to perform and compete at a high level.
Every year they got younger guys coming in replace you. So that's really how it go.
Yes, it's the nature of the sport.
Mm-hmm.
What about, you talked to me a little bit about teammates will throw around investment ideas in the locker room.
Oh, yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's
Everybody's got the next best idea.
Yeah.
So how do you vet that? Were you approached by that type thing?
I would say people would talk about stuff in locker room. You got Bitcoin, you got all types of stuff. People would talk about, but I mean, it's just one of them things like you gotta vet. Get somebody to look over it for you, or just be wise about who you really associate with, I guess, in the locker room. And I mean, there's some guys that's in there that actually do some good stuff, but then again, it's probably some guys that probably don't really have the knowledge, I guess. So
probably, would you say it's fair that everybody wants to make good decisions with their money? It's not that you're not sharing ideas to try to take advantage of somebody in one way, but anybody that's the highest performing in their field make a substantial amount more money than the average person, right? Doesn't matter. Football, Kelly Ripa gets paid like $30 million. So talk about what you have for breakfast, right? Same thing. Or Taylor Swift is making however much money. You want to make, I feel like most players would want to be a good steward of that. Like they know that they need to make good decisions, but how do you do it? Like you said, you can have an advisor that can help you vet different investments, certainly educating yourself on what's out there, what's available, what type of returns should you expect. But I agree with you 100%. Be extremely careful on what you do actually select to put money into, because even if you have a larger amount of money that you're dealing with, if you make some bad decisions, sometimes it can be hard to recoup. So it's almost about not making fewer good decisions and saying no to a lot of things. Which goes back to the plan, right? As a player or client, you have to have a plan. What are the goals? What do you want to happen your career and after your career? And then you can, to me, the plan helps you make good decisions with the money, because the best ideas just kind of come to the surface, right? Once you've done that work.
Yeah, that is true.
So what would you share, Brandon, on, if you could give one or two things of your best advice to a current or former player or professional athlete about money, how to handle money, decisions to make with money? Is there anything you would pass on?
I would say just start early and just have somebody in your corner that'll like look at stuff for you. Make sure you making more smart decisions than bad decisions. Just like you said, having somebody you can trust, somebody that can give you the right advice. It's not probably just trying to do it for themselves or try to get over on you or something like that. I would say those few things. Just starting early, having somebody you can trust, and having somebody that can look at stuff for you. If you got some type of opportunity that comes at you or something like that, because of course you go get a lot of opportunities, because people go find you on Instagram, on LinkedIn, Facebook, no matter whatever social media, they gonna be coming at you with all types of ideas and all types of stuff. And it's good. It's always good to have somebody in your corner to where you can just shoot it over to them, and they look at it and they give you a thumbs up, thumbs down on it. So.
Castle Guard, that's what we're working on as a team, to be the Castle Guard for professional athletes against that. Keep as much energy as they can, focus on the field, play it on the field, but having a team that's helping them vet what investments they should be considering or not. And again, I'm going back to it, but developing a plan so we know what makes sense for any player, any client.